Chris Min. Hey guys, nice to see you guys tonight. I don't know about you guys, but have you ever had that feeling where you're kind of going along and thinking, should have studied something else, or maybe went to the wrong school? That's kind of like me with comedy, because I took this comedy workshop and they were always saying, dumb it down, dude. And I'm like, I'm trying. But I went to the wrong kind of school. I went to the kind of school where the nickname for the a cappella group was the Logarithms. Not the right school for comedy. But my whole life, I always feel like I'm out of place. Maybe part of that is because I was born to Korean immigrants in Houston, Texas. And I was raised to learn how to say things like, y'all better pray to Jesus. And the other day I was looking at some old documents and I found my birth certificate and there's like a box in there, box 13, which says race or color. I was like, ooh, what's in there? Can you guys guess? Was it like Oriental? No. Was it Asian? No. Wasn't Korean either. It just said yellow. So here I am, like this yellow kid in Texas growing up. And I also couldn't fit in with my own crowd because if you know some Korean friends, we all are raised to learn a musical instrument. So you might ask, so what was yours? Was it like piano or something? Pretty good guess. No. Violin's a good guess. No. My problem is I grew up in Houston. Some Scottish guy decided to retire in Houston next to my principal. So there you have it. I started with the Scottish bagpipes. So I even went with the band to Scotland. We went on a tour, and I even got in a local paper, and I was just thinking, with the photograph, and I was just thinking, what was the caption? Like, weird Asian kid from America wears kilts and plays our songs. So, compared to a lot of my friends, I'm a little bit more socially active with people who are younger than me, but sometimes it leads to problems. Like, they can't identify with, like, I refer to some 80s movie or TV show or something. They also can't identify with the fact that we didn't always have smartphones, Like, I remember thinking I was really cool in the 80s when I had a pager. Any of you guys ever have one of those? So you're at a place and you're like, I don't know if I'm being stood up or something or whether someone's running late or something like that. And you're hoping, oh, well, maybe they'll remember my pager number. Well, that'll be great because now you got to find a fucking phone, So you're like, and here I am in New York. So the pager goes off. It's like, oh, I need to find a phone. Excuse me, can I use your phone? Guess what the answer is? No. So now you have to find another relic from that era. You got to find a public phone. So you're like dashing around trying to get on that public phone so you can answer that page. And a little too late, you wonder, like, who was the last person who used this phone? Why is my hand so sticky? Anyway. Another thing about being older is that I have 20-year-old twins, so they're old enough to be embarrassed by me. They'll say things like, Dad, wearing Yeezys doesn't make you cool. And I'll look at them like, listen, honey, I didn't get them to look cool. I just got them to annoy you. So in any case, they're always worried about all the style choices I make and things like that. And, like this necklace, for example, really bothers them. I get a lot of comments about that. People are like, what is the meaning of that? And they always are like, does it have some religious meaning or something like that? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's the center of my soul. And they're like, I don't think he's serious, but they're worried that they may come across racist because it's like, maybe it's some like Asian religion thing that I haven't heard of, But then I'll finally break and I'll say, no, and it's not really that. And then they keep asking and they can't believe it when I show them what it is.